Good afternoon, YouTube. This is the Gentleman Scholar, and because you demanded it, well, actually because Ed demanded it, well, not demanded it, but kindly requested it, I'm finally doing a video from my front deck. It's nice to have an audience, and Ed, Grandpa Cavendish, by the way, that's his handle. This is the very first pipe I ever bought off of eBay. It's a Church Warden, very Hobbit-like. Also smoking Judge's Mixture, first tobacco I ever bought. It's from Levitt and Pierce in, where? Cambridge, Massachusetts, right next to Havant. But anyway. That is neither here nor there. Well, without getting into too much gory detail, it's been kind of a sucky winter. My partner, husband, whatever nomenclature you prefer, besides some medical problems, and I've kind of had to leave work to kind of take care of him. It's been kind of a long road. I'm still perfecting this. I don't want to get too much into the gory details, but let's just say that I had to take time off work to do it. And I think we've turned a corner. Actually had some good rehab for a change. So he's recovering at home nicely. We followed the rehab. We head back to Health South in Concord, New Hampshire to do outpatient. So he's progressing pretty well, actually. After you know, he used to be afraid to even move. He was afraid to fall because, you know, his legs were weak for a long time. But now he can actually walk himself. He gets tired easily, but he's slowly progressing. So I'm very grateful for that. I also want to do some shout-outs. As always, to Holy Smoking Pipe Project, very good friend, a very dear friend, excellent mentor, man of knowledge, wisdom, and philosophy. Also for Grandpa Cavendish, pure New Yorker. Love listening to his videos. I dig his accent. He's from Long Island, right where the Long Island medium comes from. Yeah, like I'm sure. Do you know her, Ed? Yeah, as if you're next door neighbors or something. It's always fun to get Ed's cosmopolitan videos from New York City, the world capital to pretty much everything. If you can't make it, if you can make it New York City, you can make it anywhere. Windy day here in Manchester, New Hampshire. Warm enough to sit in the porch though for a change. Do a proper video. Practice makes perfect. Oh, nice tobacco. Of course, I've learned that tobacco tastes different than the room note, what everyone else smells, so. Here we go. I'll get good at this yet. Anyway, just want to discovered someone new on YouTube called, I ask his forgiveness if I'm mispronouncing this. His name is Umfidis Tabo, aka Tabo. He's a gent from South Africa. Very nice gentleman. Talks about everything. Even did a video in Afrikaans once, which I've always wanted to hear. I've never heard it. It sounds very much like Dutch and Flemish. And he's a well-rounded pipe man. He talks about himself. He talks about the tobaccos that he smokes, his country's history, his family. I believe he's a pastor. He's associated with the church, so he talks about that. So, very well-rounded individual. I was always very happy to hear comments. Also, who else? Okay, Matches 860, of course. He's the one who taught me how to lose the stress about actually doing a video. You could listen, and I mean this in a good way, you could listen to Matches 860 and nod off to sleep because he's so calming and relaxing, and just he's a very relaxing, easygoing raconteur. And it's a million videos, so if I ever decide to catch up with him, it's going to take a while. The problem with this church warden, the bowl's not very big, so the smoke's not going to last very long, but that's okay if I'm doing a video. I'd also like to send a shout out to people. There's an overlap between the YouTube pipe community and Facebook. There's many Facebook pipe groups. Silver Fox David is one of them. Become a good friend. Also, Flanker Tanker Martin, also become a very good friend. All thanks to this. And it helps that Martin is also a science fiction geek like I am, so. We have lots to talk about there. I'd also like to throw a shout out to people who aren't on the YTPC, but still, Steve P. I'll call him Steve P. He's a musician out of Memphis, out of Tennessee, I believe. He's a blues guitarist. Very nice guy. I'll post this so we can see it. But just many cool people. Also, Bill F. over in New York City. Just sent him a bit of tobacco I didn't really care for, or I'm about to send it to him. No need letting it go to waste. It's just a little too much kick, so I'm just going to send it on off to him. Tom L. Oh yes, I almost forgot Paul M. Mr. Dagger. He's also on YouTube here. He's a very good guy as well. Checked in on me during this whole crisis with my better half, so. Not a whole lot going on here, just trying to cope day to day with this whole thing with my husband. Just trying to find out what's wrong with his legs, that's all. So we don't have to, you know, we can get around and have some semblance of our life back. That's pretty much it. And, marriage, let's just say this, marriage teaches you stuff. It teaches you that you can cope with things that you never thought you'd be able to cope with. Because dating someone's one thing, falling in love's another, but when you're married to them, the real work begins. And I mean that in kind of a good way, in that everyone thinks they're ready for marriage, and sometimes you might be right, but it's not the happily ever after ending. It's actually a beginning of two lives coming together. And the marriage begins really when the politeness stops, I would have to say, or just the being together. When the politeness stops, and if you still love each other, then you see each other at you're less than flattering, then you're going to be okay, I think. But anyway, I just want to make this because, well, you're a good bunch of people out there. I'd like to say hello, and I also like to get back into pipe smoking again, get used to it, get used to the different tobaccos, because right now my pipe rack is a freaking supermarket plastic bag, which is massively pathetic. And I'm going to have to fix that eventually. I have to watch it just for cash, I just have to watch it for Yabo and all that other stuff, so I'll have to be very, very mindful of that in the future. Anyway, to all of you, I would like to wish you a very good day, a very happy beginning to summer if you're in that part of the world, or a decent autumn if you're in another part of the world. I'm very happy to have adopted this hobby, or this lifestyle, or this philosophy. It's got me in touch with a lot of good people out there. People have taught me a lot of stuff. Good stuff. So, I'll leave it at that. Have a good YouTube pipe community, and we'll talk to you, hopefully, within the next 6 months, because that's what my frequencies tend to be. Every 6 months I do a video, so feel free to comment, feel free to do any sort of feedback you like. Hey, it only encourages me to do a video, or more videos, so take care, and have a good one.